We are. We're taping. Welcome to TV land. All right, I'm Bishop Ronald K. Hairston. We are the service are in progress on Shabbat. All right, we're here at 118 Cheney Avenue, Jacksonville, North Carolina, 28540. This will be about our last few services. We got about three more services. We'll be here at 118 Cheney Avenue. TV land, we did find a place. Oh, praise y'all. We will start worshiping in New River. Go ahead. We'll be worshiping New River, the shopping center over there across from Planet Fitness Center, over there by Family Dollar, over there by next to Zika School. So that's where the new Bethel Assembly will be at. I'm so excited. Y'all did keep this promise. Y'all did prove us again, saying that we must keep the Shabbat. And I asked that. I told the house of y'all right here to pray for that. You said, y'all, if you want us to keep the Shabbat, give us a place. If not within a week, Yahuwah bless us with a place to worship. I went to check it out last Thursday. And Yahuwah, I talked to the realtor, and that's the place. I felt it in my spirit that that's where we're going to rest for a while. That's where the cloud has done stayed. Remember the message I spoke last week? You know what I'm saying? The cloud just stayed there. So I'm going to stay right there. So the cloud led me to New River, and I went to New River, and I said that's where the cloud stayed. That's where I'm going to stay. That's where Bethel. And since I'm the overseer of Bethel, that's where we're going to reside at for a minute. I want to thank Yahuwah. I praise him because he proved me wrong again. He's been doing it. I knew he was going to do it, but I just want to see what Yahuwah was going to do this time. Yahuwah always show me something new. He always be messing me up. Yeah, he don't ever go the same way. So like I said, you know, he came from Local Joe Coffee Shop. That's where we first started. We came to Helping Hands. Then Helping Hands became a Bethel, where we had a chance to not buy the building, but start renting the building here at 118. And now he done moved us over to New River. That's where we're going to be housing right now for Bethel. So I am thankful for what Yahuwah is doing. That we will still be continuing keeping the Shabbat day on Shabbat. We're still going to keep the Sabbath on Shabbat, or how you want to say it. We're still going to continue on praying His name. We're going to still continue on keeping His commandments. That's right. It is commanded that we must worship Him. That we must worship Him on Shabbat, not on Sundays. You go ahead and do all you on a Sunday, and I go on Sundays too. But if I just go on Sunday, that means that I am sinning on the Shabbat day. I choose to worship on Sunday more on Shabbat, and I make Sunday more present than Shabbat, which is a sin. Now, you worship on Shabbat first, then go on Sunday, then you're not in sin. I can tell you, I can prove that. You know what I'm saying? After y'all commanded us to keep Shabbat. He didn't command you to keep Sunday. He said keep the fellowship, and y'all might want to say that, but you still in sin because you missing the fellowship on Shabbat. See, I still get you on both ways. But he commanded us. Yahuwah commanded us to keep Shabbat day. He didn't say anything about Sunday. And all y'all resurrections, you know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about Easter and resurrection. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You know, once a year, you know, to remind yourself what he did. But you got to keep the Shabbat because he cleanses us from our sins before he can keep the resurrection. You know what I'm saying? So we want to die anymore and have eternal life through the resurrection. Y'all understand that? That's right. He's the first of the dead to rise. And I thank y'all for that. His begotten Son, Yahushua the Mashiach. I thank you, but he did tell us to keep the Shabbat. And that's why this house, I asked this house to everybody to pray. He said, y'all, you told us to keep the Shabbat, then we need a place to worship. And he provided us a place to worship. So I know Shabbat is right. I know Shabbat is right again. He proved me again. He make me a liar again. Yahuwah always make me a liar. I don't mind. Keep on making me a liar. You know why? I said, y'all forgive me. I'm sorry. You did it again. Y'all, I'm thankful. He proved to me again that we need to keep the Shabbat. So I'm keeping it because he said so. Not because what man said so. Not because, man, it's traditions of man. It's not. It's because what y'all has said so. All right, the Creed of Bethel is Ephesians 4:5. We believe in one Yah, one faith, one baptism. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20. Our foundation built upon the apostles and the prophet Yeshua the Mashiach is the chief cornerstone. That's right, what the apostles and prophets says. That's what we keep. Yeshua the Mashiach, he is the foundation. We build our house on Yeshua. He is a sure foundation. He is the cornerstone, the chief cornerstone of what we keep. Not with man, But Yeshua, we already know Yeshua. We already know Yeshua dwelt among us. He was the Word that dwelt among us. We already know Yah was the Word, and Yah was. We know Yah is the Word. The Word, you know what I'm saying? In the Word, you know what I'm saying, dwelt among us. We already know what the Word is, and it comes from Yah and everything else. So that's what we're saying. We believe what Yahuwah has said us to do. All right, the times of the service again, I'm sorry. Time of the service is, like I said, we on Shabbat at 11:30. Then we got Yahuwah study instruction of Torah on Yom Revi, starting at 7. And then we got the beginning of Shabbat, which was last night on Yom Shishi, the end of Yom Shishi, and beginning of Yom Shabbat. We had Minister Richard Hairston speak last night. Oh, beautiful. He beautiful, like I said, prove it. He's right on time. Prove y'all. And that's what we've been doing. He proved y'all on his job, and Yahuwah, we was talking about that, how Yahuwah blessed with the same job that he sinned and got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? For being evil, for being wrong, and got stripped for wickedness. But he repented, turned back. Then I told him about keeping Shabbat. And I told my brother you need to prove him. If you want to keep Shabbat and be faithful, he already got baptized in Yeshua's name. That's one thing he did right. And then he started keeping Shabbat perfect when he got back, moved from Montana, you know what I'm saying, and came back to Jackson. He knew there was a Shabbat church, which is me, you know, his brother. You know what I'm saying? The first Shabbat church in Onslow County, Jacksonville, North Carolina, on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? That praises Yah on Shabbat and keep the name Yahusha. Man, he jumped on that bandwagon and got it right and been faithful. And I told him about proving Yah. If you're going to be faithful by keeping Shabbat, then it's time to prove Yah about the Shabbat and see what he does. And he proved him. Look at him. Got the same job, man. The same job that he was fired. You know what I'm saying? The same job. You know what I'm saying? Doing the same thing that he likes. That's what I like y'all about, because y'all gave me the same thing when I came back. He gives you the desires of heart. I love electronics. That's what I want to do with electronics. I always did electronics. So when I repented and got back with Yah, doing things right, he gave me back electronics. He gave me the things that I love. He stripped the same thing, now he gave me back. But like I said, prove them. And that's what my brother, Minister Richards, talked about last night. You know, Elder King, I know you couldn't make it the win and everything, what you said. If you get a chance, go on Facebook and listen to the sermon. Again, TV Land, all the sermons are on Facebook, on the timeline. If you get YouTube, you want to go on there on the channel, look at the sermons, you know, and that's what I'm going to be doing when I go back to Africa. Definitely, I'm going to go back over all the sermons and stuff. Since I'm going to have some time on my hand, I'll be listening to the sermons and stuff like that. But like I said, that was the message last night. I love it when I can sit down and listen to the ministers again, that I can sit down and listen to what they have to say. All right, the phone number at Bethel is 910-388-5295. That is the phone number at Bethel. My phone number is 910-381-3056. I give you the phone numbers, so if you have any questions about the sermon, like what Minister Richard spoke or what I speak, and you have a disagreement with it, or you don't understand and you need help with understanding, that's the reason why I give you the number. Don't go onto my page and shoot me down with your words, because I know I'm only flesh. So I'm going to come back and shoot you down with my words. Only in Yahuwah would I do that. So, hey, you talking about eye for eye. I still got an eye for eye too in Yahuwah too. And I will shoot you down through the name of Yeshua. And I will shut you down real quick. But I'm asking you to please call me. Call me first, you know, and if you want to know the times of the service, again, please call. We'll let you know when the times of the service, because y'all don't know what Yom Revi is. Yom Revi is Wednesday. You know, Yom Revi, that's the day. I don't say the days anymore. You heard me. I got away from the days, because the days of the weeks are God's. So every time you talk about the days of the week, he is talking about the days of the week, you're speaking of the God of that week, of that day, and you giving him praise, so that evil spirit could be in your day that day, which will destroy you. Destroy the works of your hand. He can't destroy your soul, but everything you try to do that day, he straight destroyed it. You don't even know that, because you're ignorant. When you're ignorant like that, he has the right to do all he wants to, because you're ignorant. You just do not know. So he goes to our father Abba, and the Abba gives him permission, because you're ignorant. He can't do that with your soul, but he can do everything that works with your hands. And that's sad when you're not prospering. So I try to stay away from the days that they speak now. If I do say something, I slip up that day, okay, but I know right now in my soul, my flesh, I speak the days that Yah has told us to speak. So when I say Yom Revi, y'all might hear it, and that is Wednesday to Yah. So I try not to say Wednesday, but when you hear me, we have on Yahuwah study, instruction on Torah, on Yom Revi, that means at 7, that means that Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Then you're going to say Yom Shishi, that's Friday. Yom Shishi, at 7 o'clock. That's the beginning of Shabbat. Then you got Yom Shabbat. Yom Shabbat, as the day as we speak, that's the 7th day. Yom Shishi is the 6th day. You know what I'm saying? Yom Hamashi is the 5th day. And Yom Revi is the 4th day. Yom Revi. Like Yom Rishon, which y'all go to church on, is the first day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go on the first day. You know what I'm saying? We go on Yom Shabbat on the 7th day. Where you supposed to go. Yom Shabbat, the 7th day. I'm going to talk about Shabbat. The 7th day. Completion. The 7th. You're going on the first day. Y'all want to talk about resurrection and all that stuff. He only did that to prove you that he is the first and he's the last. That's why he rose on the 8th day, the first day of the week. They said nobody else going to do it because he is the only, the Alpha and Omega. He is the Aleph, the first and the top, the last. Yahuwah is. Yahusha is. That's the reason why he did those things. The resurrection. Get it straight. On Yom Rishon. But you don't go to the church on Yom Rishon. You go to church on Yom Shabbat. The first day. The first day is the beginning of the week. I'm going to work. You know what I'm saying? They laughed at me yesterday, man. Brother Favor laughed at me on Yom Rishon last week, man. Because I was at work. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to church. I went to work first, then I went to the church, man, sat down and listened to what the man of y'all had to say real quick. But Minister Favor was joking with me, yo. You at work? You ain't supposed to be at church? Nah. You supposed to be at work. Ain't nothing wrong working on Yom Rishon. I'm going to work. I'm making that money. You know what I'm saying? But on Yom Shabbat, I rest. I rest on Yom Shabbat to hear the will of Yah. We already know Yahuwah sanctify us on Yom Shabbat. How do you sanctify us on Yom Shabbat? Through Yahusha, the Mashiach, the HaMashiach. That's why we come together, because he said so. That he will sanctify us as the congregation, as the members, as Yisrael. We are Yisrael anyway. You know what I'm saying? We Yakadim anyway. You know what I'm saying? We Abraham anyway. We are commanded to worship him on this day. He said so. Not Musa. Y'all everybody want to say Musa told him. No, I can get you on that one too. He said by the hand of Musa, he gave the laws, commandments, statutes, judgment, precept. But out of the mouth of Yah, he told us to worship. All right, we on Yom Shabbat. I don't know if I forgot anything. We're going to go to, we on Yom Shabbat. Anybody got any scriptures? I got some scriptures. I know Sister Sue spoke from Psalms 92, the Psalms of Shabbat. We're going to the book of Yesher, chapter 2. All right. Got me ready. Preaching already, boy. Lock and loaded. Shooting. I think it's Yesher or Jubilee. Which one is it? Okay.
Bishop.
Yes.
Are you looking for the one about the angels and the Sagarim keeping Shabbat? Because that's Jubilee too.
Understand? I will find it. So I got it marked in this book anyway. I should have it marked. I know one thing, these fans feel good. Thank you, Yah. All right. Praise him, praise him, praise him. Yeah. You know how Satan gets mad at me. Satan's mad. Satan is mad. Satan always mad. He's mad at everyone that keeps the Shabbat. Keep the Kaddish. He gets mad. Let's go to Jubilee. All right. Here we go. Jubilee, chapter 2. It says, and the Melody of the present spake to Musa, according to the word of Yah, saying, write the complete history of the creation, how in 6 days Yah finished all his works and all that he created, and kept the Shabbat on the 7th day, and hallowed it for all ages, and appointed it as a sign for all his works. How you like that? And he kept the Shabbat on the 7th day, and hallowed it. Hallowed, man, is holy. Sanctified it for all ages, and appointed it as a sign for all his work. So, if he appointed for all his work, we his work. He appointed. You ain't your own, man. You know what I'm saying? You is not your own. He appointed for all his works. I guess when I said he created us in his image on the 6th day. We are the works of his hands. That's what the Psalm says. We are the works of his hands. So he appointed us the Shabbat day. All right. Let's go to down, son. Let's go to verse 9. And Yah appointed the sun to be a greater sign on the earth for the days, and for the Shabbat, and for months, and for feasts, and for years, and for Shabbat of years, and for jubilees, and for all seasons of the year. And he divided the light from the darkness, and the prosperity, that all things may prosper, which shoot and grow on the earth. And like that in verse 9. He appointed the sun to be a great sign on the earth for the days, and for the Sabbaths, and for the months, and for feasts, and for years, and for Sabbath of years. That's what the sun for. When he says Sabbath, Sabbath is important. Verse 18. And all the angels, Melodies of the presence, and all the angels of the sanctifications, these two great classes, he had bidden us to keep the Sabbath with him in heaven and on earth. See, y'all don't understand that right there, boy. And all the Melodies of the presence, and all the Melodies of sanctification, these two great classes, the two classes of Melodies, we just learning. There's two classes. He had bidden us to keep the Shabbat with him and the sovereignty on earth. He is bidden. That's what Yah has. All right? Verse 19. And he said unto us, behold, I will separate unto myself a people from among all the peoples, and these shall keep the Shabbat day. Say what? Myself is capitalized. That's Yah. And people from all the people, and these shall keep my Shabbat day, and I will sanctify them unto myself. Again, that myself is capitalized. Yah. As my people, and will bless them as I have sanctified the Sabbath day, and do sanctify it unto myself. Even so will I bless them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Yah. Again, I have sanctified the Sabbath day, and do sanctify it unto myself. So the Sabbath day was sanctified unto himself, was unto self. It's talking about Yahuwah. Yahuwah sanctified the Sabbath unto himself. It said myself. I like that, what Yahuwah has done about the Sabbath day. That is, I'm trying to tell you, the Sabbath is Yah's. So if you don't keep the Sabbath day, you're disobeying Yah. He did it to himself. He sanctified. This is my day that I created. And he's talking about his day is, he's talking about all his works that he has created. All his works. All right? So I have chosen the seed of Yaakov for amongst all I have seen. And I have written him down as my firstborn son, and have sanctified him unto myself forever and ever. And I will teach them the Shabbat day, that they may keep the Shabbat thereon from all the works. That's what Yah says. He didn't say Musa. He didn't say Yaakov and Yosakov. He didn't tell Abraham. He didn't say Enoch. He didn't say Samuel. He didn't even say Yahusha. This is myself. Forever I will teach them my Shabbat day, that they may keep Shabbat thereon from all works. And thus he created therein a sign in accordance with which they should keep Shabbat with us on the Sabbath day, to eat and to drink and to bless him who has created all things, as he has blessed and sanctified to himself a peculiar people above all people, and that they should keep the Sabbath together with us. There you go. Above all people, in the last part of that verse, and that they should keep Shabbat together with us. When we talk about with us, we talking about y'all and the Melechis. That's why he told them. That's why Yahusha told the Pharisees, man, in Mark chapter 2, Shabbat was made for man, man for man. Shabbat was made for man, man for Shabbat. That's what we're talking about. Right there. When Yahusha talking about Shabbat was made not for man for Shabbat. He's talking about Yah made Shabbat for man to worship him on Shabbat. That's why Yahushua was telling them how Pharisees thought the Shabbat was made for them, so they may get their praises on. They may come on and let people look at them, how they pray, and how they wear their clothes, and how they get the money on. And they kept on fronting themselves like they were somebody on Shabbat. You know, like they were doing something on Shabbat. They were all prideful on Shabbat, that the Pharisees and Sadducees, how they got on Shabbat day. But no, it's not like that. Yahuwah made a Shabbat for himself. Let's go to verse 24. And to this Jacob and his seed was granted that they should always be the blessed and Kaddish ones on the first testimony in law, even as he has sanctified and blessed the Shabbat day on the seventh day. He created the shanries and the ruts, everything that he had created in 6 days, and Yah made the seventh day Kaddish. There you go. Yah made the seventh day Kaddish. For all his works, therefore, he commanded on his behalf that whosoever do any work thereon shall die, and that he who defiles it shall surely die. Wherefore do thou command the children of Yisrael to observe this day, that they may keep it Kaddish, and not do thereon any work, and not to defile it, as it is Kaddish than all other days. I like that. And it is Kaddish than all other days. Y'all, and that's why I was talking to you earlier. Y'all going to church on Yom Rishon on Sunday. That day ain't holy. You say Yahusha, put his name on it, it can be holy. But you got to use the name Yahusha. And like I shared again, who said Yahusha going to sanctify that day? Because you said so. That's the same day you talking about, I cast that devil out of you, and the devil don't come out on him in the name of Yeshua. Or you said be healed in the name of Yeshua, and the dude's still blind. Or he's still deaf or still lame. You speaking out the name, but nothing happening. But if you do get healed, then all glory to Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? If he gets blind, he see, all glory goes to Yeshua. Same that day, if y'all wants to bless that day on Yom Rishon, all glory to Yeshua. Because you said in Yahusha. But it don't have to. If you say so in Yahusha, but I say on your Shabbat, it's automatic. You don't even have to say Yeshua on your Shabbat, because he commanded a blessing. But we say Yeshua to get all glory to Yah, because he said so. That's why we say Yahusha, because he gets the glory anyway. Because Yah, every time I say Shabbat's already blessed already. You don't even have to say anything. I don't have to say Yahuwah, Yeshua. I don't have to say nothing about Yeshua on Shabbat day, and it's already. I can say Shabbat. I can say Yah, you supposed to bless me on Shabbat. Yah, I don't even have to say Yeshua. I say, Yah, you got to bless me right now, Yah. Right now you got to bless me. I don't even have to say Yeshua. And y'all got to bless me, because he commanded it. But we do Yeshua to give y'all the blessing. Because Yeshua said, if you ask anything in my name, my Father will do it. He said so. Yeshua said that. You ask anything in my name, my Father in Shamarim, my Abba in Shamarim will do it. And that's why he would do it. That's why we do everything in Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? But on Shabbat day, it's automatic. And we do that in Yeshua, so that's a double automatic. I said that's a double barrel shotgun already. You done got for real. You know? Where I'm at. Verse 27. Whosoever profane it shall surely die. Whosoever do thereon any work therein shall surely die eternally. Die eternally. That's powerful right there. These 8 people dying eternally. Die eternally if you're not keeping it. That means everlasting death, damnation. That the children of Israel may observe this day throughout their generation and not be rooted out of the land. For it is Kodesh day and a blessed day. And everyone who observes it and keeps the Shabbat thereon from all his work will be Kodesh and blessed throughout all the days like unto us. Y'all talking about like unto us. I want to be like y'all in the Melachis, like unto us. You should be blessed all the days in all your lives. I want that. I've been thinking about that too. I'm age 52, turning 53. From 53 to the age of 100 years, I want to be all blessed every day of my life. Every time I get up, I want to be blessed all the days of my life. I don't want to go no turmoil, I don't want no turmoil, no hurt, no pain, no suffering. You know what I'm saying? You know, Yeshua said, well, go through that because his name's sake, yes. But I'm saying as Yahuwah's children, I want the blessings of the land. That's right. I want land. I want my fruit to prosper. I want my, you know what I'm saying? I want my store to fat open, man. Blessings. I want all that. By me keeping Shabbat, that should automatically happen. And that's automatic. It's automatic. Declare to and say unto the children of Israel the laws of this day, verse 29. Both that they should keep the Shabbat thereon, and that they should not forsake it in the error of their hearts, in the errors of their hearts. See, y'all be straight up. And that is not lawful to do any work thereon, which is unseemly to do thereon. Their own pleasure, and that they should not prepare thereon anything to be eaten or drink, and that it is not lawful to draw water or bring in to take out thereon through their gates, and any burdens which they have not prepared for themselves on Yom Shishi in their dwelling, and they should not not take out from house to house or that day, for that day is more Kodesh and blessed than any Jubilee day or Jubilees. On this we kept Shabbat in the Shamarim before it was made known to any flesh to keep Shabbat thereon on the ruts. Excuse me. Again, I like that where Yah has described Shabbat again. You know what I'm saying? He talking about in verse 30 again. He says, on this we kept Shabbat in the Shamarim before it was made known to any flesh to keep Shabbat thereon on the earth. So Yah was keeping Shabbat before it was even made known to us. That's why people are in error today. They say we don't have to keep Shabbat. Oh, the Shabbat is the laws. You keep the laws of Moses. You tell people, when people start saying that, tell them you lying, man. Start telling you error. You are mistaken. Know why you're mistaken? Because this stuff was kept in Shamarim, heavens, before it even made known to man. Yah is still keeping Shabbat. The Melachis are still keeping Shabbat before Yah. Because it's holy. It's Kodesh. He made it Kodesh. So you tell people they are truly mistaken when they say that man made Shabbat, that you keeping the laws of the Pharisees and Sadducees. You tell them that mistaken. Shabbat was made in Shamarim before even man knew about Shabbat. You know, they were keeping Shabbat even before that. And it says right here, and the creator of all things blessed it, but he did not sanctify all people in the nation to keep Shabbat thereon. But Yeshua alone, them alone, he permitted to eat and drink and to keep Shabbat thereon on the earth. So, you let the people know, if you're a Gentile, it will remain known to you. But you already know when I speak Shabbat on Shamarim, You know what I'm saying? About the heavens, and I keep telling about Shabbat. When I talk about Yeshayahu, you know what I'm saying? In 56, the stranger in the unit, they were blessed because they learned about keeping Shabbat and they kept the Shabbat, you know, of keeping the Shabbat. All right, look at this family coming up in here. All right, we made it to the house of Yah. Welcome. Do you need another seat or a chair, Sister Bleacher, or are you good? You get you another chair. Miss Richard, help Sister Bleacher out if you need another chair. Bless her with a chair. Okay. Malachi, Malia, Michael. What's your name, little guy? Okay, I don't know that, man. I'm messing with you, homie. Well, welcome to Bethel. I ain't see y'all in a minute. I'm happy to see y'all in the house of y'all on the Shabbat day. All right. All right. Praise him. All right, then. Awesome. Okay, then. Good smile. We're talking about Shabbat day and the Shabbat scriptures. All right, we're in the pocket, though. Verse 38, in the creator, verse 31, in the creator of all things blessed it, but he did not sanctify all the people and nations to keep the Shabbat thereon. But Yeshua alone, them alone, he permitted to eat and drink and to keep the Shabbat thereon of the earth. And the creator of all things blessed this day, which he had created for blessings and tradition and glory, to above all days. This law and testimony was given to the children of Yisrael as a law forever unto their generations. So again, this was given to us for all generations. It wasn't given for the Gentiles. But when you come this way, you know what I'm saying, you must keep the Shabbat day. All right, we'll go a couple more scriptures, then we move on to the next order of our service. Let's go to Yeshayahu, Isaiah, chapter 56. All right. Brother Kai, can we get your mother a Bible? Y'all too, Michael. Y'all Bible, so y'all can be up here reading. There you go. Thank you. Yeshayahu chapter 56. Malachi, my little deacon man back. What's up, Malachi? We miss you, man. You all right?
Yes.
All right. Yeshayahu, Isaiah chapter 56. Thus says Yah, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that do this, and the son of man that lay hold on it, that keepeth the Shabbat for polluting it, and keepeth his hand for doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to Yah, speaking saying that Yah has utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the unit say, behold, I am a dry tree. Thus says Yah unto the unit that keeps my Shabbat, and chooses the things that pleases me, and take hold of my covenant. Even to them will I give in mine house, within my walls, a place and a name better than the sons and of the daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. And the sons of the strangers that join themselves to Yah, to serve him, and to love the name of Yah, and to be his servant, everyone that keepeth the Shabbat from polluting it, and take hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifice shall be accepted unto my altar. For my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. He says, bless them. They don't pollute it on Shabbat day. He said that. And that's going with the strangers that don't want to keep the Shabbat day. Yah said right here, he says, he will bring you to his holy mountain. He said, he'll make you joyful in my house of prayer. He said, your burnt offerings and your sacrifice should be accepted upon my altar. He said, everything you bring to this altar will be accepted if you keep the Shabbat day. That's what Yah said. If you say you were a stranger. But we are not strangers. We're not. We are keeping the Shabbat day. He says, blessed is the man that do this, and the son of man that lay hold on it, that keepeth the Shabbat from polluting, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. You know, he said, blessed is the man. All right, the last scripture, Shabbat day, is Deuteronomy chapter 5. I'll give Minister Richard to stand up and speak that. To 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 12 to 17. Keep the Shabbat day to sanctify it, as Yah thy Elohim have commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Shabbat of Yah thy Elohim. And in it thou shalt not do any work. Thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy ox, nor thy ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest, as well as thou. And remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that Yah thy Elohim brought thee out of thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore Yah thy Elohim commanded thee to keep the Shabbat day. Honor thy father and thy mother, as Yah Elohim have commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that they may go well with thee in the land of which Yah Elohim have given thee. It's verse 17, thou shalt not kill.
Hey, he's letting you know, TV land. Thou shalt not kill. You know what I'm saying? He's just letting you know. All right. That is our Shabbat scriptures again today, TV land, in the house of Yah, in the Bethel Saturday Church. Again, this Shabbat was given from Shamarine. Yah commanded us to keep the Shabbat. And the Shabbat was before even we was made. Even before we was created, Shabbat was made. And that's the reason why we keep the Shabbat. All right, we move to the next order of service. And again, I thank Yah for this feast day. Today is the Passover we celebrating. For Yah has commanded us on the month of Bid. Remember this day, and to tell our children of this day how He delivered us when we was in bondage over in Mizraim, and He delivered us out of a nation of people, and we thank Yah for that. You know, yes sir. Get his hand up, praise Him. Hey, where's the lamb on the track?
Glad to get there, huh?
Well, I'm thankful. You got some lamb on the grill. You know what I'm saying? A lamb on the grill. Hey, and I'm thankful that we will be taking some pictures a little bit of the Passover. Yeah, and Bethel is serving Yah one more time. Thankful Yah that we're going to do one more time in the Bethel. Sister Felicia, we didn't know that we were getting kicked out of here. We got to move. We are moving over into New River now. We got a building over there. Yah has blessed us again. And we've been praying for that we do keep the Shabbat. That they have sold the buildings. I knew when I came back from Africa, the landlord told me already. That's one of the first news. But I didn't let y'all know. Forgive me for holding the news and not letting y'all know. But I knew already when I came back from Africa, before I even had my surgery on my leg, the landlord told me that they didn't know which way they was going, the fire department, if they're going to stay as a group or they're going to split up. So they did split up. He said if they do, he was going to let me know. So 2 weeks ago, he called me on a Thursday and broke the news to me. He says, Pastor, just to let you know, we're not going to be a assembly no more, that the building's been sold. They're going to make it to a boys and girls home, the boys and home group. He told me that we need to be looking for a place. And he said, I'm just being letting you know, I'm giving you a heads up that we already sold the building, so we get looking for a place. And then I told the church, the assembly, to start praying. Y'all always keep His commandments and y'all always prove His word. I told him when I left over there, Boca Joe, I said, Y'all, he said keep the Shabbat. Then He brought us to Helping Hands. And when Helping Hands left, it became a Bethel. Now the same thing. We proved y'all again. Y'all, we need a place of worship. So y'all put in my spirit to go to New River. I rode around there. I seen a place that used to be a church. And I didn't know that. So I talked to the gentleman, the realtor, last Thursday. It used to be a church, and that's where we rested. The last sermon, get a chance to look on Facebook on the sermon. The service was talking about where y'all leads me, I would go. And so I followed. I talk about the cloud during my day. He just led me over to the New River. The cloud rested. If you want to read about the story about how the children of Israel were led by cloud during the day and fire by night, the rocky dish led me over there towards New River. I felt peace there, so that's where we're going to be at right now. So we probably be moving probably about the middle of May. The church here got an assembly going in the middle of May, and after they had their little assembly, then we probably moving over there. So I would let everybody know the day that we move, and then where we will have a service on Shabbat day. So that's what's going on with that Bethel. But we are excited. Like I said, we want people to speak about the Shabbat service again. Shabbat is right. And we asked y'all again, I said, where are we going to worship? And he gave us a place to worship. And we'll be in New River, closer to y'all now. So there'll be no more excuses. Y'all can walk it down. Y'all right down the street from the house of y'all, which I know ain't no excuse for y'all now, but we were right there, right across the street from the Planet Fitness Center. And for me, I've been working out with my brother for the last month and a half. So there ain't no excuse right now because he just got a job to Fayetteville, so I can't be going with him anywhere. So I just joined the Planet Fitness Center, so there ain't no excuse that I cannot work out. So I'm right there across the street now. Every time I open that door, I look at that Planet Fitness Center like, yeah, you need to be working out. So there ain't no excuse for me either. So I thank y'all, again, I just thank Yahuwah for blessing us and keeping us again in the house. You know, so that's what's going on with our Bethel. This is our last Passover dinner, and over here at 118 Cheney Avenue. I thank y'all again in the month of Abib that we are serving him on a feast day. We are keeping the feast. And I thought about it again. There's going to be two things you're going to be doing in the new millennium. God put this in my spirit again. People don't understand that. They think they want to keep the Shabbat. Wait when Yeshua comes. And he's king. He's king in the Yisrael. He's on the throne in Yisrael in the new millennium. Guess what's going to happen? You will be keeping Shabbat too in the new millennium. If you're not, you don't love him. And I want to see what's going to happen. We're going to be sitting right there. Everybody's going to see what happens. I want to see what's going to happen if you don't keep Shabbat. I want to see what's going to happen. You're going to keep Shabbat and the Feast of Tabernacles. Those two things that you definitely will be keeping every year. Or every day the Shabbat, you'll be keeping that. Every day you will be worshiping Yah. And all y'all wanted, and y'all was just dealing with me earlier today. I was laughing how y'all was dealing with me. Everybody having a problem keeping Shabbat, and they got their nose stiffed up, man. They talking all junk about keeping the Shabbat. I want to see what the people will say in the new millennium. I want to see what they're going to be looking like when they got to keep the Shabbat day in the new millennium. You talking junk right now. You talking all kind of junk right now. Talking about we don't have to keep Shabbat, and we laughing at people that keep Shabbat, and you talking junk about people that keep Shabbat. You keep on talking. When you get to new millennium, I want to see how you keep the Shabbat, because I know I will be keeping it. And I want to see if you're not keeping that feast day. Talking about we don't keep no feast days. We don't have to keep no feast days. That's a lie. If you don't have to keep a feast day, why do you want to keep the feast days in the new millennium? That's one feast day you definitely going to keep. You don't have to keep the Passover no more because Yeshua done conquered everything. I will share that in my scripture. What I'm trying to share is that you are supposed to keep the feast days now. Why are you keeping the feast days right now, the Passover right now? Y'all more concerned about the resurrection day, which is great. You're supposed to be concerned about the resurrection day because that's telling us that this dead flesh right here is not going to stay in the ground. That means I'm going to have a new body. When Yahusha comes, the dead shall rise first, and ones that remain shall change in the twinkling of an eye. That's all because of Yeshua. I'm thankful for that. I'm glad that, like I said, I'm not going to be dead forever in the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad for that. When that first archangel do that trumpet, that I'm going to raise from the dead. But I'm like I said, I'm not dying. I'm going to be changing the twinkling of an eye. That's how much I know when Yeshua's coming back. I'm not dying. I'll be like a roller coaster. I'm going straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to watch the dead people go up first. And after the dead people go up first, I'm gonna say, that's crazy, man. And that's that. I be gone with them. But I ain't never seen a dead person rise up yet. When you see a dead person rise up, you better be ready. Twinkle the eye, you be going up. You know what I'm saying? You be going up. What I'm trying to say is that that's on Yom Rishon. Yom Rishon. Yom Rishon, that's the first day of what Yeshua did. He rose. That's good. You worship on that. But today is the Passover. You got to remember the Passover. Why you remember the Passover? Why everybody doing the feast days of the Passover? Why? Like I said, nobody ain't thinking about it today. Sister Bleach, I'm glad y'all here. Y'all could have been doing your own thing. You could have been laid up and said, I can't get out of bed. I'm sick, I'm tired. But your mind said, want to be here. I heard you yesterday. I heard you deep in your soul yesterday when I spoke to you yesterday. Because, like I said, we are celebrating this stuff before I forget. This is your new year. Understand that. This is your new year. We talked about this already. TV Land, this is our new year. We are excited. New job. You know what I'm saying? Let you know I'm going back to Africa. Malia, I need you praying for me. You hear me, baby girl? I'm going back in June. Going back. New year. You know? Big Dog Waters didn't know. That business is mine. New year. This after Passover, this is a new year. It's a brand new start. That's why we celebrate. We're excited. It's a new year. So let you know it's a new year. Be excited. You're here. And TV there, that's another reason why we keep the Passover. Y'all want to keep the Roman Greco laws, you know what I'm saying, the new year of January, you go ahead on that one. That's why, and Brother Favorite, that's the reason why I felt bad. I said, what's going on? After the new year, I used to get beat up every time. I was fasting up, praying. I'm all getting all beat up. Until after the new year here. And now why I'm getting beat up? Because I'm getting beat up before the new year. Not the Roman Greco New Year, the New Year of the Passover. You know, they want to wear me down, get me frustrated, want me to quit, want me to throw in the towel. Nah, the new year comes. I'm excited now because I'm waiting to see what Yahuwah got for us on this new year. I'm watching Yahuwah doing great things already. Man, right now, Satan trying to get me scared, man, because when the landlord called, talking about, you know, sold the building. You know, I'm letting you know now, Pastor, you need to find you a place now. I'm saying to myself, man, where am I going now? Y'all, you know I'm overseer. You know I got to have a place where we can worship. Satan when we started tripping. But y'all had it already. I thank you, y'all. You already had a place before us. The new year. You know what I'm saying? My health. My legs. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about, man, they're going to pay for my legs, my percentage, man, what they owe me. You know, what's going on, man? They're going to jack me out of my money and stuff. All the years I served in the military and all the years I've been hurt on my leg, are you going to give me what I'm worth? No, y'all going to take care of that too. New year. What I'm trying to say is the Passover, and people are forgetting that this is our new year. You know what I'm saying? We go through our trials and our persecution, but we got hope. Because like I said, y'all want us to remember what we went through. And y'all want you to win too. What you went through, all your sins. You know what I'm saying? The iniquities that you did. Your bondages, your persecutions, your tribulations. All that stuff last year is covered by the blood. You got a new year. That's what you remember. You remember what Yisrael went through. In 400 years, the taskmaster, getting beat up, killed, doing Pharaoh's bidding. You know, now y'all brought them through the Red Sea. Salvation. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. Now come out to one nation. Clean. But y'all told them, remember this stuff, what I did, what happened to you in Egypt. Remember these things. And that's what we got to remember now, in our lifetime, before we came to Yeshua. The troubles that we went through, the iniquities that we did, the sin that we did so easy. You know what I'm saying? The bondages that we were in, how y'all delivered us, how it kept us, and brought us forth. That's the reason why we keep the Passover. Now we're going to go over some scriptures over the Passover. And we're supposed to rehearse these every year. Y'all want to know why we do the Passover. Why is this a significant day? You know what I'm saying? People think it's boring. People don't even keep the Passover. They worry about keeping Easter, a pagan religion. a pagan god, a pagan feast day more than the Passover. Shame on them. Ready about going and dyeing some eggs. Ready about a chocolate bunny. Ready for all that stuff. They don't even think about Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? Don't even think about what Yah has done. Yah has prepared this day for Yeshua. That's the reason why he had the Passover as a nation first. Prepare people to let people know that this same thing is going to happen for about 4,000 years. I think it's 4,000 years when Yahusha came. He's going to be our Passover lamb for our soul. All right, let's go to Exodus chapter 12. Mr. Richard, you want to read? Oh. Help me out, my voice. The whole thing. Chapter 12. Oh, there's some more. Chapter 12. Exodus. Reading the whole chapter. We're talking about the Passover, what God has commanded us. You stand. Please read. Let you go over here. Yep.
Exodus chapter 12, and it reads, And Yah spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the numbers of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor salted at all with water, but roasted with fire, his head with his legs, and with purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yah's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Elohim, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep a feast to Yah throughout your generations. Ye shall keep a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No matter of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore ye shall observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until 1 and the 20th day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leavened bread found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that it is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of the house until the morning. For Yah will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 sides of the post, Yah will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come unto your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it will come to pass, when ye be come to the land which Yah hath given you, will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye this service? That ye shall say, It is sacrifice of Yah's Passover, whom passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed their head in worship. And the children of Israel went away and did as Yah had commanded Moses, and Aaron so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight Yah smote the firstborn of the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, and he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve Yah, as he hath said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent among the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneaded troughs, being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they bought of the Egyptians jewels of silver, and jewels of gold, and raiment. And Yah gave people favor in the sight of Egyptians, so they lent them unto such